Yeah. Awesome. Recording.
We're recording. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our very special guest speaker tonight. And then I'm going to have her kind of introduce herself a little bit and the topic. First of all, when I met Alee face to face, I think it was at the Master Trainer newbie camp.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting behind her, you guys, so I could see the back of her head. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's famous. And she's right in front of me. And I was like, why is she here? Like, she's in our videos. Like, why would she be here in this new camp? So I've kind of adored her forever. When I was learning how to teach Pio, she was doing the videos, Insanity. And I'll let her, she's really modest and really understated, but I'll have her kind of explain a little bit of her background and where she started with Shalene and how she got into Powder Blue Productions and into Body. But a couple of things I wanted to mention is that she and I kind of forged a friendship pretty immediately. And
Oh, yeah.
I think there was a level of trust between us because which was confirmed for sure at one point when she kind of privately told me one day that she really wanted to get back into her coaching business, and that she was sort of embarrassed because most of the people that had started with, so she's part of this like band of like multimillionaires that Shalene said, go be coaches, and Shalene's sister Janelle, and you guys know some of the platinum presenter multimillionaires that we see, that's like Platinum Edge. Alee was part of that kind of crop, that genre, those friends of Shalene. And so she said to me one day, I'm just kind of like embarrassed to like try because they all started trying years ago and they're all so far ahead of me. And she was like, I'm just a diamond. And what I thought was really amazing about that was that she decided to do it anyway. So I got the sense, I very much understood, even though it was a short kind of whispered quick conversation, I got the sense that she was embarrassed about her lack of progress over the years of coaching, and that she felt, and maybe she'll correct me, maybe I'm wrong, but my understanding was that she thought she should have been further than she was, given the amount of years that had passed since she enrolled as a coach. And that there was shame and embarrassment. But what impressed me so much, and one of the reasons I wanted her to lead this call so badly, is that she decided to do it anyway. Embarrassed, her peers are millionaires in the coaching business, and she's a diamond coach that had been stagnant and not really doing the business. And she decided to, oh, well, what they think, and oh, well, what it looks like, and oh, well, I'm going to do this anyway. I'm going to start late, and I'm going to do this for me. Then fast forward a couple of years, I found out, I know how much she was working for Beachbody, and I hope it tells you how hard that girl was working for Beachbody live behind the scenes. I mean the hours she was putting in, and she had a baby, and I heard kind of that she was we were gonna maybe lose her. And she's like what they call the unicorn because she's so magical and special. They really call her the unicorn behind her back. They're like, we can't replace her. She's a unicorn. I heard kind of through the grapevine that she was going to like maybe quit. And I was like, she's doing it. She's like, she's doing it. I was sad for Beachbody Live because they're not going to be able to replace her. But I was happy that she not only had decided a couple years before, through my fear and my shame and my self-doubt, I'm going to do this anyway. And then within a couple of years decided, I'm also going to quit my job and I'm going to work from home and I'm going to make this, I'm all in. So I guess that's kind of how I hope she takes the conversation that way. And Alee, you can go 30 minutes, you can go 40, whatever feels right. There will probably be questions at the end.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of mute myself. But I kind of wanted you, and I know that you're very humble, but I do want you to kind of start with, where you started with Shalene and how she found you. And I think it was like you taught her how to pop lock and drop it or something. Did I say that right? Did I even say that right?
Yeah. It was when popping and locking was like cool. That was like back in the day, in the early 2000s. Okay. So thumbs up if you guys can hear me okay. Cool. Awesome. Okay. I'll try to speak slowly because I have a tendency to kind of ramble and speak really quickly, especially when I'm talking about something very, very passionate. I've told bits and pieces of my story, but never like in a long extended call. So thank you, Ellen, for giving me this opportunity to kind of share my story, and hopefully I can provide value for your team and for everyone that's on this call. I'll try not to divulge too much just in case this goes on YouTube and then Paul sees this and he's like, what the heck?
I can make it unlisted. I can make it a video.
Okay, I'm gonna get fired for this. No, just kidding. No, but so like Ellen said, I really found my niche in fitness, or honestly, it really did find me when I was a student at University of California, Irvine. I was teaching at a dance studio, and one of the dance teachers was telling me, oh yeah, this rich Orange County housewife wants to learn how to like pop and lock or something. And little did I know it was Shalene Johnson. I was like, okay. And that was kind of like her interview with me, kind of to see like how professional I was as far as like teaching and speaking and just working with her. And so she asked me and my dance partner at the time to perform at her Camp Turbo, which was Camp Do More back in the day. And so I performed for her, and she was just really impressed by my work ethic and just like being really enthusiastic and young. And so she started asking me to be in her hip hop hustle videos. Like, so if you guys are familiar with the Powder Blue formats, there was hip hop hustle, it was called Pio Strength back then, and then Turbo Kick. And so I was in all of her hip hop hustle videos, and she actually, because I had a dance background and I knew music like the back of my hand, she asked me to choreo tech her Turbo Kick videos. Basically what choreo tech is, you have to learn the choreography inside and out, backwards and forwards, going along with the music, and it's craziness. So this was 2009, 2008, maybe something around that time. That's when she was going to come out with Turbo Fire. I was not supposed to be in the videos. Not whatsoever. I was supposed to be choreo-teching for the Turbo Fire videos. I've never taken a Turbo Kick class in my life. They were holding open auditions in Irvine. And I was like, well, if I'm going to choreo-tech Turbo Fire, I probably should take a class at least once. Just once. There were like, it was lines of fans like going in. They wanted to be in the video. I had no idea how big this production was going to be. And I was like, okay, I'll come. I'll try that. I'll try it out or something. Look nothing like how Turbo Kick people looked in today. They had those plaid skirts, the waffle pants, turbo emblems all over. I had a black hat, like all covered in black. I looked nothing turbo whatsoever. They just started eliminating people as they were like doing the class, and they're like, you little Asian girl, come over here. I was like, what? We want you to like modify like the moves. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just a dancer. And then they're like, you know what? You're perfect size. You're the same height as Shalene, and you can execute the moves. We want you in the videos. I was like, Shalene, are you okay if I'm not behind the scenes? She's like, yeah. Oh my God. And so that kind of like started my whole journey with fitness. I realized dance wasn't going to be my lifelong dream, even though I thought it was going to be. And, Turbo Fire came out, and, I graduated from UCI with a cognitive science degree and marketing degree. Yay, I have a degree. But did I really do anything with it? Not really. I was bartending back down in San Diego. And so Shalene asked me, would you like to work for me? My sister Janelle, she's going to be focusing on her side business, and we need someone to like start editing the music and like helping with choreography. I was like, okay, but I'm not going to move to Irvine. And she's like, you're going to commute from San Diego? That's not possible. We can't do that. And I was like, I'm sorry. That's my one and done. Like, I either stay in San Diego or I don't work for you. And somehow she made it work. And so she hired me, and that's how I came into the whole powder blue scenes. Fast forwarding a little bit more, so little did I realize, when I was working for Powder Blue, I was kind of helping her transition to her giving up her company. You probably heard a lot of her stories about how she was like doing everything, and she was just having this whole like stress success. And she had to learn how to delegate. And what she was doing, she was delegating the music, delegating the choreography, all of that stuff she was delegating to me and like all the other people at Powder Blue, so that she could finally sell the company to Beachbody. And so I've always been like one of those honor students. I was the person who I was like, pick me, like straight A, typical Asian, whatever. I had to be like the best in everything. And so I was the best worker. While I was at Powder Blue, she told me to sign up as a coach, and because TurboFire was going to launch my business. And so when I became a coach, and TurboFire was on its like rise or something, I really didn't work my business. I hate to say it, it was kind of like I was handed like a golden, like my coaching business was handed on to me like on a silver platter. I never really worked with my coaches. People just signed up because they're like, you're in the videos, or, oh, I love taking your classes, because I was teaching like 12, 15 classes a week. And I was like, yeah, just sign up. Did I do anything with the business? No. I hit diamond, I hit 1 star, and I just kept throwing, like, signing up people left and right, and just like building a bunch of discount coaches. And that's what my team was. It was TurboFire fans. It was my students from my classes. It was literally like half of San Diego, or whatever, like you want to call that. But they didn't know what they were getting themselves into. And so anytime I would go to any like coaching events or like to Summit, I'd always give the excuse like, oh, I'm so busy. I have to work for Shalene, or I have to do this for Beachbody. I have to do that for Beachbody. And it was more of me putting on a facade where, working for Beachbody versus working for my coaching business was more important. And I thought that was like, I thought I could make my money that way, working on the inside of Beachbody versus my coaching. So, a couple years passed. Powder Blue sold to Beachbody, and now I'm working as a contractor for Beachbody Live, working on all the music, all the choreography, and just kind of grinding away. And my coaching business is just like slowly deteriorating. I was literally the epitome of a shaky diamond. Like, and when I mean shaky diamond, I don't know if you've ever experienced this. I know they don't allow you to do this anymore, but every time an event would come up, whether it was a Summit or a Super Saturday or anything like that, I would make sure that my rank was a diamond or 1 star. So what I would do, I would be purchasing products under my coaches to like keep them active. I would push my business like during certain times when it wasn't busy, or when it was convenient for myself. But then when things got hard or anything like that, that's when I would give up, because I was like, you know what, I can rely on my consulting business. I'm still part of business, Beachbody. I'm still considered on the inside, but deep down I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I was very ashamed to show my face like at Beachbody events, because here I am, like I know all these people that have hit 15-star diamond who are so successful in their coaching business. I know people who, just came into the business and they rocked it so hard. And then they're here like trying to like take a picture of me because I'm the girl from TurboFire. And I'm so embarrassed because I'm like, I'm a struggling diamond, not even a diamond. My business is dropped to emerald. I don't even know why I'm here. And that's how it was for the longest time. And it wasn't until, it wasn't until I got pregnant with my son Tino. So Shalene came out with Pio. She was creating the home program, and I was like, oh, obviously I'm going to be in it because I was her modifier for TurboFire. It was not even a second thought. I was like, oh, I'm going to be in the video. Obviously, right? Well, I had done such a great job being a choreo tech and everything like that. And she had told me, you know what, the money, and the money, you don't make money as being in the videos. It's you're in the videos, but it's like chump change, and you work for hours and hours on it. And I'm pretty sure Alee can attest to that the live videos, they work their butts off and they don't get any money for what they deserve. And so she's like, the smart thing for you to do would be to just choreo tech the videos. I was like, okay. I was really stressed out. I was trying to put together P90X live, music, choreography, insanity. I just kept piling stuff on my plate. And then on the shoot, I was stressed out, and I was like, why am I so stressed out? I was pregnant. Game changer. I mean, work was my life. Working for Beachbody, not as a coach, but working for Beachbody was my life. That was my passion. That's what I was known for. And I think when I got pregnant, it really opened my eyes to you know what? I really do need to work this business. I can't be gone from my family for 2+ weeks in LA, living out of a hotel and just working my butt off. And when I come home, still focus on the computer, working on the choreography, working on the music. I couldn't do that. And I think that's when people really talk about really finding your why in your business. Before, I think my why was, just kind of having that recognition, seeing my name on stage, number star diamond, or, all-star Success Club legend, or just being known up there or whatever. But now I realize my why for my coaching is to bring my husband home from his job, to be present with my family, to build our family, to have more kids. It's Beachbody doesn't have to be your life, but it can give you a life. And I've seen that happen, and you really have to dig down deep and realize why are you coach? Why are you doing this? There were so many times I wanted to just kind of let this business go, especially when the going gets tough. I've had coaches quit on me, sign up with other coaches. I've had my diamonds come and go. I've balanced my 2-star to 5-star and I have everything drop. I've completely revamped my coaching, my team. My team back then is completely different from the team I have now. Honestly, the people that are on my team now, they're from none of them are literally, I think one person's from San Diego. Everyone else is from Canada. Everyone's from the East Coast. They're CPAs, they're doctors. They're nowhere close to my age. And yet I feel more connected to them than I ever did with my original discount coaches, I guess you could say, because I put the time in to get to know them, to talk to them, to actually build relationships. And that's what I had been doing. That's what I've been doing for the past year, was actually sticking to what I promised myself that I would do to make this business work. Holding team calls. I mean, that was a big one for me because I would always send them the Platinum Presenters team call before, when they still had it. And then to actually like have team calls every week, even if it was just one person. I think I've actually done a call where it was just me, and I was like, why am I doing this? Because I said I would do it. And I recorded myself talking about the topic for 45 minutes to myself, pretending I was like talking to my team. And I have it up there, and I still refer to my coaches to that call whenever they need help on, what was I talking about? Challenge packs or challenge groups or something like that. But I mean, it was doing that grind work. It was failing multiple times, falling flat on my face, and then just picking myself and coming back up. That's where I realized, like, this is what I really want. This is what I want to happen. I want my coaching business to work. And I know there's so many times when you get discouraged in this business, but it's a part of it. Like, you have to fail so hard in order to find the success. You have to take risks. If you're not staying in that grind and like really like digging in and being in the trenches with your coaches, I don't care what star, diamond, whatever rank you are, whether you're an emerald coach or like a 15-star diamond coach, you have to continually be in those trenches, continually invite, continually do your personal development, push and play, being a product of the product, drink your Shakeology and doing your workouts. I film my workouts every day and I post it. I don't care if no one likes my videos. I'm showing you guys I'm staying consistent, and it's those daily activities. That's the secret sauce. There's no program. Oh, how cute. Sorry, I get distracted. There's no like secret formula or program thing where you can like just get a bunch of leads because you paid like how many dollars to like get them. You have to build those connections. That's where your team is going to grow. When you lift them up, that's when you become successful. One thing I really want to emphasize is having humble confidence. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but I think when you have humble confidence, you have a confident, you're confident in your level of success, but yet you're humble enough to leave room for growth. And that's where I feel that I've grown and changed the most, having a humble confidence. It wasn't a false sense of confidence, because I think that's what I had before, where, I faked the funk. And I mean, that's okay to do it at the beginning, but again, you have to be able to accept criticism, accept like you still need to be a student in this, no matter where you are in your business. Again, it's really just staying in those trenches and, grinding it out. And I know a lot of us are in the grind right now, and you're probably putting a lot more hours and not seeing that money in return. But that's a part of it. I've been a coach since like 2009, and I'm still here. I'm still here, and I'm still grinding. But it really wasn't until a year ago where I stayed consistent. And now I see what they talk about, where coaching isn't a burden. It's something that gives you life. It makes me feel excited. I was like, coaching, sales, I don't want to do this. Like, it doesn't bring me joy. I'd rather edit music, or I'd rather, do trainings or whatever like that. But then I found that when you really genuinely make those connections with those people and you build those amazing relationships, and it's like you become part of their lives, that's where it's like it clicked. It really honestly does click. So, I mean, I want to leave you guys with like a couple of things. Oh, one more thing, because I forgot to mention. So last year, while I was in the thick of all this crazy, yucky grossness, and I was a person that would talk the talk, but never walk the walk. Last year, I remember talking to Kat. We had just wrapped up filming Turbo Kick, Pio, and size, I can't remember, but I was stressed out. It was a day after New Year's. I was like, why am I in LA? Why am I away from my family? And I told her, mark my words, a year from now, I'm not going to be doing this. I'm not going to LA anymore. I'm done. And of course the year went through and I was like, okay, I can't do this. Like, this is where this is where I'm earning my money. You know, I'm not there yet with my coaching business where I can leave this part of my job. Like, I'm not there yet. And sure enough, a year from now, I stuck to my coaching business, and I told Robin and Paul, I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not coming to LA. I'm done. That's it. I dropped the mic. I walked away. Oh my God, it was the scariest thing in the whole wide world. Like, it's like leaving something that you feel that has like defined you, define like who you are, and then I'm totally going to quote Shalene for this. Feel the fear and just do it anyways. Sometimes you just have to jump. You have to face your fear and just do it. And I think for a lot of you guys, that's what coaching is. You're okay with being comfortable in your job and your 9 to 5, and just like, okay, like this right now is I'm comfortable, but I know I can do so much better. I know there's so much more for me if I just focus, just give my coaching a little more a little more time. If you can just do that, like, you know, grind it out now and then see what comes out of it. Like, you're not going to lose anything from pushing forward, from failing. You're not going to lose any time. Time's going to pass by anyways. It's going to pass by anyways. And so I want you guys to realize that, like, no matter how many hardships you've encountered, how many coaches have quit on you, how your business has gone up and down and down and up and up and down, like, that's your journey to success. And don't focus on other people who sign up at the same time as you and see them like going ahead or whatever. Don't focus on that. Focus on your own journey. Find your tribe and love them hard. Find what makes you unique. What makes you so different from all the other coaches, because that's what's going to build your team, build you up. I think I'm going to leave you guys with this quote, and probably because I've been reading so many like children's books to Tina recently. Oh, the places you'll go. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. By Dr. Seuss. Truth. Your mountain is waiting. Coaching, that is your mountain. Climb it hard. Like, the higher it is, see that success at the top. Just keep going, guys. Just keep going. And you'll find success. That's it.
That's so good. I have a couple of questions and comments.
Yeah.
Probably these guys do too. I was thinking while you were talking tonight and just reflecting on the couple of conversations that you and I had that I talked about when I introduced you tonight. And I remember how I remember you communicating in whatever words you did it with, that you were embarrassed to kind of restart when all the people that you kind of, Shalene, said you guys need to sign up as coaches, you know, shot out of the gates in 2008, 2009 with you. And I was thinking about how, like, I have an older brother, and so when we were growing up, he's older, and he was like super, super talented musician, and was really like good at reading. So he was like he was smart. He read books, he did music, and he was so good and had progressed so rapidly in those types of things, piano and everything. I was like, I can't catch up. I'm going to play sports. I'm totally going to play sports. So I did. I totally like played sports, and I went the tomboy route, and I was like, I'm never going to try to read books, and I'm not going to try to be smart, and I'm not going to try to do music. Well, then as I grew up over the years, I found way later in life that I actually I love music. I actually I love the piano. I love the cello. I love the French horn. I love singing, but I never had any, I never did it. And it was my pride and my ego and my shame. It kept me stuck. From now, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was such an idiot. Who cares if I was horrible compared to him because he started before me and had all this. And I was thinking about you decided to do it. You decided to do it anyway, instead of just being like, oh, well, this coaching thing isn't for me. I'm just gonna choreo tech for the rest of my life. And I like LA, and I'm just gonna, this is my job and who I am. And so and
it looks cool on the outside. That's
the other thing, you guys, is her job and title and what she did actually is really glamorous. People look at it and they're like, wow, it's so glamorous. And she's like, to basically say, I'm done. I want to be a coach. And to take that risk, because she wasn't at the place where I waited to quit my job until I could replace the income for 6 months. I was like, okay, once I can replace the income for 6 months, then I might be able to drop the mic. Because she's like, I'm dropping the mic. And yeah. Anyway, I guess maybe you already answered this, but how scared were you? I mean, with the two things. So for me, looking at your timeline, I see there's two things that stand out to one, that you decided to give the coaching thing a very serious, valiant, committed, no matter what, I'm not turning back. I'm all in for the first time. And you were sort of facing that whole embarrassment thing, and then later to just be like, okay, I'm going to give up my job and do it full time. Was it pretty much because of Tino and having your son, and was he the reason, and just wanting to be home and not gone for 2.5 weeks? And
oh yeah, it totally was. I mean, they gave those, they were telling me oh, if you stay a little longer, Shanti's going to come back and be around, or, oh, you're going to be able to choreo tech with Joel and Jericho when Court of Force comes out. We're going to need you there and all this stuff. And I kept thinking in my head, well, you know what? My idea was well, I can kind of utilize that. And when they're on set, I can take a picture with them and show how this is helping my coaching business because I get to work with the trainers. But oh my God, it was stress upon stress upon stress. And I knew that I was going to be taking all of my time away from my coaching. And it was that whole cycle all over again, where it was yeah, I'm taking pictures with people at Summit because I'm the Turbo Fire modifier, but was I really with my team? My team was there because they wanted to be with me, but I was too busy working for Shalene. It was, and that was never going to stop if I kept going the way I was going. It was never going to be a time where, I could be doing all of this and then working on my coaching, on my business. If you really want to focus on your coaching, you have to take stuff off your plate. And I know it's so scary, especially having a son, and we bought a home in San Diego, and CJ and Bill can attest to it. It's not cheap over here. It is not cheap whatsoever. And to do that, I mean, you better be all in if you're going to really do that. And I think it's where you put skin in the game. I know, and Shalene always talks about that. When you have actual skin in the game, that's when you're really going to work.
Yeah.
It's that whole thing about, the burning bridge. Would you cross across a high level building if your child was in the bridge? If you're afraid of heights? Yes. If it was burning on fire? Yeah, you would hustle your butt over there, right? So you have to, that's where it's like, you have to really find your why, and that's what's going to keep you going when it gets really tough in this business. For sure.
The last thing I'm going to say before I let other people talk, sorry, I'm talking too much, but I want to tell you what my favorite thing for me, and we probably all have different takeaways, and I look at who's on the call and I'm kind of thinking about how your message would impact them. But I want to tell you my favorite part is actually when you said that you showed up for the team call because you said you were going to, no matter what, and you recorded when nobody showed up. Like that that's what it takes. It's that level of commitment, you guys. It's that level. And then to not be, I mean, how many of us crumble under that, we get our feelings hurt, or we doubt ourselves to the point, oh, they don't care. Oh, I'm just, my coaches suck, or want. But no, I'm going to put my positive pants on. I'm going to lead this call. It's like when I show up to teach a class and there's one person there, I'm going to teach like I'm teaching 40 people.
Exactly.
And it takes that. And that was my favorite. That was my favorite part of the call. Any other questions or comments or anything in the chat that we didn't go over?
I should look at the chat. You were on the one that was. Aw. Bill, you were at my last Insanity certification, by the way, before I went. Peace out, master trainer. Sorry, Ellen. I love being a master trainer, but
maybe we need to make this a private YouTube video.
I know, private.
Forget unlisted. Let's
just private. This is Alee uncensored. Beneath the ear.
Guys, chance to ask some questions, make some comments.
Yeah.
Fire away.
Smart people ask questions. Anything. I can look in the. Any tips on inviting? Any tip? Oh. Sorry. As far as inviting, I mean, it's lead with. I want you to lead with what you can provide for them and help them. Don't look at the people, your prospects, as a success point, or like, someone that you're like, okay, how can I get this person to buy a challenge pack? Like, look at them as like, how can I help this person? I'm so sorry. I think my son pooped. That's why I said shock. Look at how you can help them. And, I don't lead with the business, lead with your heart. Like, even if this, and what I've noticed with a lot of my genuine challengers who eventually became like my lifelong coaches, when I first talked to them, they had already bought a product. They didn't want to buy Shakeology, and yet I still added them into my challenge group anyways. And I genuinely gave my time and effort to them, because they, I saw in them that like they wanted my help, and that they wanted to work with me. And when they saw like I was going to be with them, like thick or thin, like whether they would ever buy a challenge pack or sign up as a coach or not, when they saw that like me being genuine like that, they become my coaches who are on my calls like every week now. And like, those are your lifers. And so if you show that to, whoever you're talking to, any of your prospects and stuff, like if you honestly lead with your heart, that's going to be like the big difference for sure. Unconditional positive regard. Yeah. Yes. Any questions? Any other questions? Can you guys still hear me? I'm so sorry. Anything.
Hey, Emily, show your mug. Show your mug.
Yes, I love that. I totally love that. Oh, how about when you try to turn them into coaches? Usually, I mean, when converting like challengers into coaches, I mean, of course, like Beachbody gives you those scripts and stuff, but I really see how they act in our challenge groups. If they're already practicing the behaviors that a coach would do, you know, supporting supporting people in the challenge group, you know, sharing their posts, their sweaty selfies, like their drinking Shakeology. I found those make like the best coaches when they really believe in the product and, you know, they genuinely want to help people. And that's when I ask them, like, you're already doing what you're doing as a coach, you're just not getting paid for it. And usually, like, that's what really is the key with me turning challengers into coaches. Of course, there are, like, I know before, oh no, I still do. I mean, there's people that sign as coaches purely for the discount, but I still put them in my challenge group and I really work them and help them see the value in our programs and our products before I even ever try to like have them try to like work the business and stuff. I don't ram the business down their throat because that's just going to deter them. Thank you so much, Alee. Such great takeaways of tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Cool. Anything else, guys? I know some people are on the East Coast and Central Standard Time and Mountain Standard Time, so I know it's getting late for you guys. Anything else? I really appreciate your honesty and anything?
I was going to say exactly what Kelly just said. Just thank you for being so genuine and transparent. And it's refreshing. It's really refreshing because you guys, there's no one in the business that doesn't struggle. And sometimes it's easy to pretend that we don't. Sometimes I feel like I should pretend that I don't. It can be, there's hard times. It's not smooth sailing, but you know, it's that showing. So do you continue, have you ever, since you rebooted and went all in, do you run challenge groups once a month? Do you run multi-program? Do you have, are you a systemsy person, or do you sort of fly by the seat of your pants, or what?
Oh, I'm totally, okay. Well, I mean, with, of course, the health bet, like I have like a 30-day challenge group, but honestly, what I found was the most successful with me and my conversion from challengers to coaches was having the revolving door kind of challenge group. And I know that Chelsea Pearson runs her challenge groups like that. I used to have like the very like hard start, hard finish, and then I'd create like a new challenge group every month. But then when I made this group, it started with when Hammer and Chisel first came out, and then it just continued forward, and people just kept adding into the group. We really created like a whole culture, and I've had people who been in there for like ever, and like I've seen their ups and downs, and they really find a connection with the people in the group that they've never seen. And honestly, that's been my most successful so sorry. That's honestly been what's helped me stay in the grind, in the coaching business, because I show up for them every day. And I mean, it doesn't work. Everyone has their own way of like working their business, but honestly, that has been like most successful for me.
But
and I
don't know what it is.
Oh, go ahead.
It's open-ended. Is that what you mean? It's like open-ended. It's ongoing.
Yeah, it's ongoing. Like, yeah, I think Amy Silverman does it somewhat like that as well. Like people like come in, they start anywhere in the middle. Like people are like halfway through 22-minute hardcore. We have new people coming in, and it really is kind of like our team page, but it has a mixture of challengers and coaches in there.
I see.
And I give my new coaches who want to like start a challenge group by themselves, but they're not ready to like, start one by themselves. I let their challengers add them into the group so that it's like they don't have like crickets in their group. So they're like, oh, okay, people are posting. Oh, like, and then it gets them kind of like, gives them like that boost of confidence that they can like kind of venture out own and do their own thing. Okay. And I've seen more of my coaches step up to the plate and create their own challenge groups after they've learned to be like real, like genuine leaders in that group. And yet they still post in that group. So it's pretty cool.
I know you need to change a poopy diaper, but really quickly, okay, that was really interesting. I'm so glad you shared that. That's really fascinating because we don't do that, and I just love that it's different strokes for different folks, and I love it. Okay, so the other thing is, how do you onboard? Like, what do you do for new coach training? Do you do platinum presenters, or do you have your own content, or do you send them through Coach Basics, through their coup?
Ooh, this is good. This is good because I've trialed and error on this like a gazillion times, and I've gotten like all these coach trainings from Melissa McAllister, Tanya, Danielle, and everything. I think there was one time. I have to tell you this, which actually was actually a good idea. Myself and my upline coach, we put in a $200 pot each. So it was a $400 pot for coaches to go through the 30-day Coach Basics through the My Challenge tracker. They had to log in their Shakeology 7 days, like actually click it. In their workouts, we had created a 4 vital behaviors day checklist, and they had to post a screenshot of it on the workouts. So we had to see that whoever did it consistently won the big pot. And it wasn't just like $400 anyone could join in. It was $20 to actually participate as a challenger. And then if you were a coach who added their coach in, it was another $10. So the pot was huge.
Okay, wait. Sorry, we're going too fast. I'm
sorry.
Okay, because I heard Shelly Hobbs say, and Shelly Hobbs is Emily's BFF, by the way. I heard her say that she's running her new coach training through the My Challenge Tracker app. Is that what you're talking about? You upload files?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they log their Shakeology, and then they log their workout, and then they do the daily lesson. How do you post the daily lesson?
Oh, no. Okay, so the daily lesson is that's scheduled. Just like how you would run like a regular challenge group, like where you post like, day 1, day 2, day 3, and that was where the lesson was. In their workouts, because everyone was doing the workouts anyways, instead of a workout selfie, they had a 4 vital behaviors checklist.
Shut up.
So they had to mark off like what they did for each of the 4 vital.
Can you add me to your next one, please?
I mean, it was good. It went really well actually. It was pretty, yeah.
Okay.
That was one way. Another way, which I'm actually going to try for this next one, is actually having a picture in our team page of each daily task for the 30 days of Coach Basics, and this is like your own pace kind of thing. So once a coach finishes that task, they write their name in the comment section. And once they've gone through all of the pictures and gone through all of their 30 days, and this is their own pace kind of thing, that's when they have a one-on-one call with me, and I build them through the business. So it's really their own pace. I know, because a lot of people can get kind of overwhelmed with like daily like things with the basics, and then they fizzle off. Because I've done 2-week trainings, I've done like 3-week trainings like Coach Basics, I've done the 30 days, and so I'm good at this one, and that was an idea I got from Danielle.
Okay, so, that's helpful. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Anything else, guys?
I'm so sorry. Like the background noise.
Nothing. They're used to it. They're used to it being dogs. All right. I feel like we should let you go. And thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
I'll share the private YouTube replay with you.
Yay! Thank you. Oh my God! And my team is so excited to have you on our call this Thursday. And I'll give you the link. So if any of your teammates or anyone wants to join while you speak, like totally come on in. It's like a family affair. Seriously, yes.
I'll invite them. Okay. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you. Have a great evening. Bye. Thank you.